Have you ever seen a house that just looks spooky? On the edge of town, right at the top of Shadow Hill, stands a house just like that. It's an old house, with dark peeling paint and windows that look like wide, empty eyes staring out at the world. The roof sags in the middle, as if it's tired from holding up so many secrets over the years. No one has lived there for a very long time. The garden is a tangled mess of weeds and thorny bushes, and a crooked wooden fence leans over, like it's trying to tell you to stay away. People in town have stories about this place, strange stories that they only tell when the sun goes down. The house has a name. They call it Blackwood Manor. It wasn't always empty and scary. A long time ago, a family lived there, but they left in a hurry one night and never came back. They didn't even pack their things. The front door was left wide open, creaking back and forth in the wind. Ever since that day, the house has been silent, waiting. The trees around it have grown tall and thick, their branches reaching out like bony fingers, casting long dark shadows that dance across the lawn. It is said that on a quiet night, if you stand at the bottom of the hill, you can feel the house watching you. Most kids are too scared to go near Blackwood Manor. They ride their bikes past it as fast as they can, not even daring to look up the long, winding driveway. But some are brave, or maybe they are just curious. They wonder what's inside. Are there old dusty toys left behind? Are there secret passages hidden behind the bookshelves? The mystery of the house is like a magnet, pulling you in, making you want to know more. It dares you to climb the hill, to push open the gate, and to take just one little peek inside its dark windows. The legend of Blackwood Manor is the town's biggest secret. Parents tell their children to avoid the path that leads up the hill. They say nothing good can come from getting too close to a place with so many sad memories. But legends have a way of growing, changing with every person who tells the story. Is the house truly haunted, filled with unseen things? Or is it just an old, forgotten building that lets the wind howl through its broken panes? The only way to know for sure would be to step inside. But who would be brave enough to do that? Imagine you are standing in the dusty entrance hall of Blackwood Manor. The air is cold, much colder than it is outside, and it smells like old books and rain. Suddenly the lights above you begin to flicker. On, off, on, off. They blink like a tired eye, casting weird jumping shadows on the walls. It's not a stormy day, and the power in town is working just fine. The lights just seem to have a mind of their own, deciding when to work and when to plunge the room into sudden surprising darkness. It's a strange welcome that makes the hairs on your arms stand up. Then you hear it, a faint sound from upstairs. It's not a creak or a groan from the old wood. It's a scream, not a loud scary scream but a distant one, like someone yelling from far, far away. It only lasts for a second and then it's gone, leaving behind a heavy silence. You stand perfectly still, listening, waiting for it to happen again. Was it just the wind whistling through a keyhole? Or was it something else? Something from the house's long and lonely past? An echo of a sound that happened many years ago, trapped forever within the walls. Just as you start to think you imagined the scream, a door at the end of the hall slowly creaks open all by itself. No one is there to push it. There is no breeze to move it. It just swings inward, revealing a dark, empty room beyond. Then, just as slowly, it swings shut with a soft click. Click. The sound is so final, so deliberate. It's as if someone you can't see has just walked into the room and closed the door behind them. You watch the doorknob, expecting it to turn again, but it stays perfectly still. As you look around, you start to notice them. Dark shapes moving in the corners of your eyes. When you turn your head to get a better look, there's nothing there but an old chair or a dusty curtain. But as soon as you look away, you see it again. A flicker of movement, a shadow that seems darker than the others, gliding along the wall where no shadow should be. They never stay still long enough for you to see them clearly. They are like wisps of smoke. They're one moment and gone the next, making you question your own eyes. The house is not always loud with screams and slamming doors. Sometimes it is very, very quiet. It's in this deep silence that you can hear something else, something much softer. If you stand in the middle of the grand living room and hold your breath, you might hear it. A soft whispering sound. It's not clear enough to understand the words. It sounds like the rustling of dry leaves or like people talking in the next room with the door closed. The sound seems to come from everywhere at once. From the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. The whispers are a mystery. Are they just the sounds of the old house settling? Perhaps it's mice scurrying behind the wallpaper, or the wind finding its way through tiny cracks in the window frames. That's what your mind tells you, but your heart feels something different. The whispers sound almost like voices. Sometimes they sound sad, like a long, drawn-out sigh. Other times they seem curious, as if they are talking about you, the visitor who has disturbed their quiet home. They get a little louder if you walk closer to a wall, then fade away if you step back. Visitors who have been brave enough to explore the house have all talked about the whispers. One boy said it sounded like someone was trying to tell him a secret, but the words kept getting lost in the air. A girl claimed she heard her own name being whispered, very softly, right behind her shoulder. When she spun around, of course, no one was there. The experience is different for everyone, which makes it even more strange. The whispers seem to play tricks on you, making you hear things that might not even be real. This is what makes Blackwood Manor so interesting. It's not just about jump scares. It's about the feeling of not being alone, even when you are the only living person in the entire house. The whispers make you wonder, who is talking? What are they trying to say? Are they ghosts of the family who once lived here, their voices trapped in time? Or is the house itself alive, breathing and murmuring its secrets to anyone who is willing to listen closely? The mystery of it is more powerful than any loud noise could ever be. After experiencing the flickering lights, the distant screams, the moving doors, and the strange dark shadows, you have to ask the big question, is Blackwood Manor really haunted? There are plenty of logical explanations for everything. Old wiring can make lights flicker. The wind can create howling sounds that sound like screams and can be strong enough to push open a poorly fitted door. And in a dark, unfamiliar place, our eyes can easily play tricks on us, turning simple shadows into moving figures. Every strange event has a possible normal cause. The whispers could be the wind, or the groaning of the house's old wooden frame. The feeling of being watched could just be your own imagination running wild in a creepy place. It's easy to let your mind create stories when you are surrounded by dust, darkness, and silence. Maybe the house isn't haunted at all. Maybe it's just an old, empty building that nature is slowly taking back, and all the spooky happenings are just tricks of the light and sound. But then, you remember the feeling. It's a feeling that is hard to explain with just logic and science. It's the feeling of a cold spot in a warm room. It's the feeling of the whispers knowing your name. It's the way the door didn't just blow open, but seemed to open with a purpose. It's the way the shadows didn't just sit there, but seemed to dance away from your gaze. Can all of that really be explained away so easily? Or is there something more to the story of Blackwood Manor? Something that we don't yet understand? In the end, the mystery remains. Blackwood Manor keeps its secrets locked tightly within its peeling walls. Maybe it is haunted by sad ghosts, or maybe it is just a collection of creaks and drafts. Perhaps the only real ghosts are the stories we tell and the fears we bring with us when we climb Shadow Hill. The truth is, no one knows for sure. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most fun and spooky part of it all. The house is still there, waiting. Do you think you would be brave enough to go and listen for its secrets?